Views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of Vegas Allnet Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.
All right. It is Monday. That means it's February 15th, and that means it's time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News on VegasAllNetRadio.com. As you can see, we've got a full house here today. My name is Bill Miller, co-host, along with
Jeff Belknap.
And, of course, we also have our floating host, I don't want to say that, Damon Burden. And Damon was here, and unfortunately, Jeff did not have to pay off on that cheesehead bet.
That's right.
So let you know about how long it's been since Damon's been here. Damon, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And in studio guest, we have longtime friend, and honestly, Jeff and I can say we've known this young man almost half his entire life.
That's right.
And that would be none other than Hunter Clark, Southwest Bikes BMX rider.
What's up,
and
guys?
thanks for joining us, young man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd love to be here.
Yeah. And you've got your mom is in the green room, Leanne. Shout out to Leanne, who is not only a friend, obviously Hunter's mother,
Yes.
but a friend of Jeff and I and of the Vegas Lions, Southern Nevada sports family.
And our financier.
And our financier extraordinaire.
Yes.
Keeps us in line. And, but you reached out to me not too long ago, and I didn't realize, and I kind of I know that we see each other, I would say on a regular basis, but you hadn't really brought up the BMX angle. Mm-hmm. But before I go there, let me give the call-in line, 702-483-4444. If you'd like to call and join us and discuss sports in general, Southern Nevada sports in general. Also, if you'd like to speak with Hunter. We know your mom, so we kind of know how, she's...
Yeah.
She runs a tight ship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. And so, getting ready to turn 16. And, when did you first start riding BMX?
Well, I first started riding a bike when I was actually 2 years old, but I didn't start actually... No, I still actually have that first bike sitting in my garage.
Doing 360s at 2, or...?
No. But I didn't start actually riding BMX till I was about 13, 14 years old, and then it just kind of took off from there, and I fell in love with the sport, and I have ever since.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a passion for whatever it is that you enjoy. And, and BMX riding is, for those of you who aren't familiar with what we're talking about the non-motorized bikes.
Right.
These are bicycles. And it's, for a lot of people, it's a relatively low cost. Just in terms of, you don't have to worry about a motorcycle and all of the gear, et cetera. But, they are certainly opening up more and more of these skate parks that you see that are opening up that also have the BMX traffic in as well. One is obviously over on Craig Ranch.
Yes.
And that one is busy morning, noon, and night.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's funny you say that. I was actually just riding there this morning.
Yeah, that place is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's an amazing park. I love it.
Well, this is this has been a spectacular day as far as the weather.
Oh, man.
For anybody, if you're unfortunately east of the Rockies.
We're so sorry.
We're so sorry.
Not really.
It's about 77 degrees, sunny, no breeze.
Yes.
Yeah, if it were like this, there'd be 20 million people living in Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
You're right.
But, just speaking on that park in North Las Vegas, basically, for people that don't know, that aren't from Vegas, it used to be a golf course.
I actually had no idea about that.
Yeah, it used to be a golf course, and basically the owner of the golf course wanted to move the golf course, so he traded land with North Las Vegas. So they got that big piece of property, and then, of course, they now have Shadow Ridge, which is just up Losee.
Yeah.
And that's now the new golf course. They put a great facility out there. They actually hold the Michael Jordan Tour at the Shadow Ridge. So basically what they did is they converted this into skate park, BMX park, and then just an all-around great park. I mean, it's a great to bring the family. They have festivals out there all the time. It's a good place.
They also have a lot of BMX jams. They just had one over Halloween for the company Sabrosa, and it was one of the biggest jams in Vegas in the past 5-6 years.
Nice.
Well, this is also an opportunity to share some information about your sponsor, Southwest Bikes. How long have they been in business?
Oh,
We know that at least more than half your life.
actually, they've been around longer than I've been alive. I can tell you that. I'm not exactly sure on full details, but I can tell you it's longer than 16 years.
All right. And where are they located?
They're located actually not too far from, they're about right in the middle of Centennial Skate Park and Craig Ridge Skate Park. They're like 215 in Azura.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's that's pretty much an access to anybody.
Yeah.
And it's relatively close. And so the relationship with Southwest Bikes, how did that come about?
Well, I've always been going there if my bikes are breaking or just to go see new parts or get a new bike or something like that. And I've never trusted a shop more than they have great service, great help, great guys in the shop, and all the mechanics and the owners themselves. And I brought it to Ted Jewell, the owner, actual co-owner, I should say, his attention that I would love to ride for them and that I would rep their brand as hard as I possibly could. And we just made it happen.
Nice.
All right.
That's the way to do it. A little entrepreneur over here.
Absolutely. Well, I can see where it definitely would come from because your mom is certainly an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and she certainly has encouraged us,
Yes, sir.
as well as going back to the Vegas Kings days.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is where we first encountered a younger version of Hunter here.
Yes.
Your brother Gage.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, your mom trying to rein you two in, keep you, off the field, stay on the track.
Yeah.
Right.
So that you don't get run over by the big boys. We've literally seen you guys, grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which
And I'm
makes
glad to
this,
have you guys.
Which
see
makes
me
it
grow up.
special for
Yeah.
us. So, what are your upcoming plans as
My
far as
upcoming plans. Well, I'm really happy that I'm riding for Southwest, and I plan to keep riding for them as long as they would like me to, and as long as I can. And there'd definitely be a few companies that I'd like to be picked up by, like Volume or Stranger, or someone like that, and ride their parts and ride for them, be in their DVDs.
Well, we are going to be sharing some videos with us. Which we'll have the opportunity to share with the audience as well.
Yeah.
And we're certainly looking forward to them.
And I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to giving it to you guys.
Now, you're currently prepping at Palo Verde.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How do you like Palo Verde High?
I really like Palo Verde. I actually started this semester because I originally went to Odyssey, which is an online school,
Right.
and I just didn't think it was for me because I got all my friends, I got my girlfriend, and I like being a social person.
Yes, your girlfriend, by the way, is named.
Hunter.
Yes, we're okay. And he's not making that up,
Can't
folks.
make this up.
Yeah, and we had a chance to meet the young lady.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very pretty, very personable.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she's in a green room as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Hunter's very red right now.
She and I have been going on 7 months strong, and it was funny because she and I had a conversation. She's like, "Can we just be dating for a year already, so I can tell everybody we've been dating for a year already?"
Is that the line of demarcation, sort of
It's not necessarily the demarcation. It's just like it's a big milestone for a relationship.
Really?
I think you can round it up after about 10 and a half months.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You
It
can
gets
just
close
say
there.
about a year.
Yeah, we're
And
here.
everybody goes, "Oh, that's so nice."
Right.
So it's serious, yeah. Yeah. Well, and she also goes to Palo Verde.
She does, yeah. We're both
Well, that
freshmen.
that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
She also pushes me just as hard as my friends do. Shout out to Sage and Darren. You guys are great. Thank you for pushing me and being there, riding with me, as well as everybody else that pushes me.
Yeah, support system is a very good thing, very big thing.
In any sport,
Absolutely.
really.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Damon is he's a young man, and broadcasting is something that he's very much interested in, and so he is going to be contributing with us from time to time as an studio host.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've had a kind of a strange history with some of the co-hosts that we've had through here, and I can honestly say, Damon, so far so good.
Thank you, appreciate
If
it.
they're not listening, we can talk about them. No, we've had a fair amount, and they've all brought contributed to the show like in their own special way. And we had a conversation about the way we like to bring you in and stuff, and I think that we're all in agreement here, so it'll be good times.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
deal.
well, the purpose of the show, Southern Nevada Sports News, is obviously we're looking toward more amateur sports
Yes.
than we are professional sports, and we certainly have brought on youth aspect through prep sports, through UNLV hockey, and that's going to continue as the show continues to grow.
Speaking on UNLV hockey, They knocked off Arizona State this weekend, which is like the perennial team to beat, 8-3.
Wow.
So the regionals are next. So we'll keep everyone updated on what happens with those, but they're looking good.
Well, congratulations to Z Khan and company.
Yes.
Z, the GM of the men's UNLV hockey team.
And while we're on that, this Friday, fundraiser
That's right.
from 6 to 9 o'clock at the Country Club at Rhodes Ranch. And it's basically free to attend. They want people to come there and check it out. They're going to share their plans and you know what their desires are to get up to the next level, get it up to the NCAA level. So it should be a good time. I'm going to plan on going over there and taking some shots and representing the Southern Nevada football.
Yeah.
I mean, whoops. Yeah, those two, but sports.
Absolutely. Here. Yeah, and so you're currently a freshman at Palo Verde.
Yes, sir.
Have you given some consideration into your collegiate plans?
I definitely want to go to a college. I definitely want to attend it. I do want to be successful in life. Not saying that people can't be without them. Sure, there are great people out there, and I want to pursue my writing a lot more. But before I get out of college, I definitely want to travel the world, see all the things that there's to see, mostly to ride. But I do want to travel. But I haven't really thought of where I want to go to college. I know I want to major in business and possibly mechanics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are just two things that just stand out to me.
All right. Well, good for you. Is there a particular rider that you look at right now that you sort of like, you like their style and, you like just the way in general that they present themselves?
It's funny you ask that because there's many riders that you can say, oh, I like his style or I like how he rides, but they're all completely different in one little thing or everything they do. So you can say, well, for example, Billy Perry. I actually just met him today, who's a volume pro. And he's got an amazing style. I love how he rides. But then you got like Jeremy Malott, who's a park rider, and he does all the airs and flips and everything like that. But then Billy Perry's over here riding all the ledges and rails and things like that. And it's a completely different style, and it's all who you are, really.
Yeah.
So how would you classify your style as a rider?
Well, there's three different styles, which are there's dirt riders, which ride the dirt trails, big ones. There's park riders who do all the vert and big half pipes and things like that, and then there's street riders who grind on the ledges and rails and things like that. And I'm a street rider.
Okay. So when did you figure out that like this was your passion and this is what you wanted to pursue in life?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily something I figured out just like that. It's just kind of something that like clicks in you. Like one day as you're doing something, you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to go.
Yeah, perfecting the craft.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a short story about me doing some mountain riding. I used to have a buddies that we all had mountain bikes, and we went up into Bryan Head one time. We were cruising down some trails, and when you're coming down the trail like that, you're basically just riding the brakes and trying to avoid, starting to stay on the path, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going pretty quick. I don't know how quick, but I'm guessing probably 35, 40 miles an hour. Because you can get up probably in the excess of 50 miles an hour on some of these downhill trails.
Amen to that.
So I'm going, and I remember my buddy was riding next to me, and I heard a loud thump, and I looked over, and I saw him Supermaning, but without his bike, right? So he had hit something in the trail, and literally I just happened to look over, and I wish this was back in the day when we had GoPros, because the image is still burned into my head of this happening, but like a GoPro would have been great. This guy literally looked like Superman. He had his arms straight out and he was flying, and I of course could only glance over because I want to make sure I'm not wiping out too, so I looked over, and then when I looked back, he was just tumbling. And kind of ended our day, but it was a lot of fun. So I take my hat off to. I've seen some videos, especially on these GoPros of these mountain guys, and it's pretty intense stuff, man.
It's funny that you bring that up because I actually I just got fitted my bike for mountain biking, and I'm gonna start doing that for Southwest as well.
Nice.
And we are going out to Mount Charleston Sunday, and I'm hopeful.
There's great trails up there.
I'm hopeful I'm not gonna end up like that. As much as I wanted to grow up to be like Superman, there's a fine line.
Well, the good thing is they actually have trails that you can start out on, and it's basically based on your comfort level.
Yeah.
So they have from intermediate all the way up to the high
like
end trails.
Snowboarding or skiing, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a lot of fun. Mount Charleston has some great spots up there.
I can't wait to
Plus, they drive you up, which is great. You don't have to ride up because that's the part that stinks.
Yeah. Well, for somebody like me, my age, that would be a real
The
incentive
downside.
we can get you up there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not that I'm, looking or planning on doing this anytime soon. But
If
it's
you
encouraging.
do, we're definitely getting you a GoPro.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
I just
I'm sure there'll be
won.
plenty of cameras there.
Well, I just
too.
won. I mean, we're gonna get every angle we can. We'll get some drones in there too.
Yeah, there
The
you
scene's
go.
Going all the way
That's
down.
all I need. All right, we're at the
great.
quarter hour. We're going to take our first break, and these two young men are definitely going to stay with us in the studios. And when we come back, we'll again be discussing Southern Nevada sports in general. You're listening to the Southern Nevada Sports News Show on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Welcome to the Pride. All right, we are back for round two. Southern Nevada Sports News on VegasAllNetRadio.com. My name is Bill Miller, co-host, along with
Jeff Belknap.
and in studio guest we have.
Damon Burton.
And Hunter Clark.
All right, and if you're just joining us now, we've just been discussing Hunter Clark and his BMX riding. He's a pro with semi-pro. All right, semi-pro with
Semi-pro.
sponsored by Southwest.
Soon to be
Bikes.
pro. How about
Soon
that?
to be pro.
I like that. I like that. Thank you.
And I believe we have a call-in guest, and I'm hoping that this is Michael Sleep Dalton. Is that you, Michael?
Yes. Yes, that is correct. How you going?
All right, man. Well, thanks for calling, mate.
No worries.
Pretty good, pretty good. Michael is a disciple of Pro Kick Australia,
Yes.
and
Yes, that's correct.
most recently with San Francisco City College, but you were on your way to Arizona State University. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I'm just happy that you picked a Pac-12 school. UCLA is kind of near and dear to my heart, but at any rate, fine school, great campus, certainly party central, I think, as far as
Oh my gosh.
the West is concerned.
Yeah.
Was that one of your decisions? And
No, that wasn't one of my decisions. No, I mean it does help that it's got a good atmosphere, but no, that wasn't one of my final decisions.
Yeah,
Wha-
so I actually sent a video to, and I tagged John and Nate from Pro Kick, and I asked them what they were thinking sending you to this school.
Yep.
We have friends. We're obviously in the football industry, and we have friends that have
Yep.
went to school there. So I'm very familiar with the atmosphere you're about to get into, and I know that you'll be able to hold it down.
Yeah, I hope I can.
well, I tell you what, it's in a beautiful location.
Yes.
Tempe is it's a suburb of Phoenix, and it's an absolutely lovely location. The heat can be a bit extreme in Arizona.
Yes.
But there's obviously plenty of ways to quench your thirst.
Yeah, that is correct.
I think that's kind of an understatement.
So you from Australia originally, obviously?
Yep, that's correct. I'm from Melbourne, down in Victoria.
Okay,
So you're used to the desert
Well,
then.
yeah, and I've actually been to Australia, and I've been to Melbourne, and
Oh, you have?
and a very good friend of the show's, Jake Aquid.
Yep,
Are you familiar
Squiddy.
with Jake Squid?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I do know. Yep.
Yeah, and of course, Jake is literally our third host
Yep.
of the Southern Nevada Sports News, and so he's a good friend. He's back in Melbourne.
Yes, he is. I do keep in touch with him, actually.
Yeah, and we do as well, mostly through Facebook.
Yep.
Yes, everybody, Bill Miller's on Facebook, and he's actually keeping up
Posting.
with his posting here every now and then. But so listen, man. When did you first get involved with Pro Kick?
first got involved with pro kick, I think in 2012. My cousin Cameron Johnson, who's at Ohio State, he got me into it, and sort of went down to meet Chappie and have a kick, and sort of said that I have the potential to go to big time school. And after we sort of looked at all my schooling from high school, sort of determined that I have to go to junior college, and then picked City College San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah, and a very close friend of ours, Jonathan Amello, went to San Francisco City
Starting
College.
quarterback. Yeah.
Starting quarterback years ago, but he's an alumni of San Francisco City College. How do you like San Francisco? And San Francisco is a lot like Melbourne.
It is very similar to Melbourne, yeah.
Very, very similar. And much like Melbourne, San Francisco detests Los Angeles. Well, Sydney detests Melbourne.
Right.
And it's that kind of love-hate relationship because L.A. is a lot like Sydney.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's a nice place to live, but very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with how the Australian dollar is right now. It's not fun.
Well, first of all, hats off again to Chappie.
Yep.
And the Pro Kick staff, because I tell you, they have had an enormous success rate getting their graduates into Division I college football programs.
Don't forget the Emperor.
The Emperor himself, yes,
John Smith.
Yeah, and and it's remarkable that this has become a niche of Pro Kick.
Yeah.
And obviously, in terms of them moving up to the pro level, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Where you're going to just start seeing more and more in the NFL ranks.
Absolutely. There's already 3 in the mix right now. One's already on Pittsburgh.
Right.
Jordan Berry. Exciting to see who else gets a call up to the NFL.
Well, it's fair to say that Tommy's got a pretty good shot getting in the NFL.
He's got a very good shot, yeah.
Being the kicker of the century of the Pac-12.
That's very true.
Yeah, and actually, in a strange twist, they were actually supposed to be in the studio today, so I was hoping to get you on the call while they were in the studio, and just based on some traveling plans and some traveling issues, they're not going to be able to make it in until later tonight. But I will be seeing Tommy and Chappie tonight, spending a little bit of time with them.
Nice.
So what's your immediate plans? Is it, to get to Tempe, sort out your housing, that sort of thing?
Well, I've got to finish my my last semester at City College, and then I'm going to go home for a month, and then I'm going to head straight to Tempe and get into it.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, you're going to be leaving right around the beginning of summer to go down to Australia, which is pretty much going to be the beginning of fall,
right.
and winter.
Yep.
Then you'll be coming back, and it'll still be sizzling in Tempe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Man, I can't wait for it.
Have you been to Arizona, the campus?
Yes, I have. I went on my official visit 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a great place, and not only that, but there's so much other stuff to do in Arizona, and the Cardinals are there, and they got hockey and basketball and everything. It's just a great place to hang out.
It's a very lively area.
Oh, I'll say. Yeah, and in fact, there's one place that's called the Library, if I'm not mistaken. You'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah. No distance anywhere on Mill, right? It's good stuff. So, what is how many years of eligibility do you have left, and how long do we have to look forward to watching you kick in Arizona State?
I have 4 years to play 3, so I have three playing years and a red shirt.
Okay, that's good. So, I mean, how does it feel as being from Australia? Obviously the Australians that come across, kind of rally around each other, but to have so many of your brothers that are playing, in Division I ball. I mean, I'll just name a couple that I know. You're going to be playing some guys in your conference. You got Utah. I mean, their new punter is going to be Pro Kick also, correct?
Yep, Mitch. And then Chris at USC.
Yep.
And I'm
Oregon.
not sure, but Nick Brevsky at Oregon State, but I don't think we play them.
Oh, okay.
He's in a Pac-12 as well.
And then you got Wado just came across. He'll be kicking at Maryland this year.
Yeah, yep.
And then-
good to watch him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him kick. And then you got, Blake's got another year left. Is that correct at Michigan?
No, I believe he's finished.
Oh,
He was
he's
a
done.
senior.
Okay. So we have Penn State still,
Yep, Ohio State.
Ohio State. Oh, so they're picking up or is Cameron got one more year?
He's got one more year, so.
Nice. So just I mean, you probably know more than I. So just name off some of the other places. I know LSU.
Yeah, LSU. Where else? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head.
So are you saying
Texas.
you weren't prepared for this interview? No, I'm just kidding.
Texas.
Texas. Yep.
I actually think you've named the major ones. And there's quite a few boys at.
Oh, Vandy, right?
Hawthorne.
Didn't somebody
That's
just say
right.
that Vandy?
Vanderbilt, yeah.
Yep.
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest. Yep.
Yep. USC. Oregon State. Where else?
So Pro Kick is definitely representing, and the wave of the future. I'm watching the way that these guys work out, and Chappie's
Yep.
really got a pretty strict regiment. He's got you guys kicking 5-second hang times on a regular basis, and I mean, how do you prepare for that? Not around Pro Kick. I mean, do you guys got some decent coaches that kind of that have developed your skills since you've been in the States?
Not necessarily my skills, but my coach Eduardo Nuno at City College has helped me a lot in the weight room, getting a lot stronger. But with kicking wise, it's mainly just self-correcting myself, and that's a bit different at junior college when you haven't got a specific kicking coach just here. Yeah, but no, it's good because I've been able to sort of teach myself what to do and what not to do, and self-correct myself.
Nice.
Well, I think clearly that the way that these young men are now trickulating through these major college programs.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised if Chappie and the Emperor's phones are just not ringing off the hook.
Yeah,
looking
I'm
for
surprised
recruits.
there's actually not more at bigger schools.
Yeah, because this is not just a one-off, a hit or miss and that sort of thing. And and hats off to them. I mean, it's. I think it's excellent that you have the opportunity to come to the United States and and get a dynamite education and do what you enjoy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, so before we get off, we only got a couple seconds left. Tell us how you got Sleep as your nickname.
My last name.
Oh, it is your last name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. I love that.
Yeah, I've had a nickname of Sleepy for the last since ever I can remember. As I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, my last name is Belknap, and of course, my friends called me Nap all the time because I literally could fall asleep at any point.
Drop of a hat.
Yeah, we'd just be sitting there and they'd look over and I'd be asleep. So they kind of stuck with me a little while. So I thought it was your nickname, but that's even better. That's actually your last name. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, young man, we wish you the very best of luck, man, and your future at ASU. And because we're really in a kind of a Pac-12 area,
Yep.
we'll certainly be able to catch the games. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, we'll be rooting you out,
Beautiful.
man.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
No worries. See you later.
So that's his last name.
Yeah, I thought it was a nickname.
I thought it was his nickname, Michael Sleep. San Francisco City College, heading to Arizona State University, and another one of the disciples of Pro Kick Australia.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'll just add this real quick before we get off. My buddy and I, when we used to go out, but before I was married, of course, as soon as we found out the girls were from Arizona, that was like game on. We actually knew that it was going to be a fun night. I mean, they are really a lot of fun down there. The girls are fun. The people, the atmosphere is going to be great for him. It's going to be a fantastic place.
Tempe's
to
an unbelievable town. It really is a college town.
Yeah.
And there's a real pulse and vibe to it. And we've done some road trips down there this was before the Cardinals moved to Glendale.
Yeah, they used to actually play the
They
pro
played
games
it
there.
there, yeah. And so consequently, we would go there to catch some NFL games.
And if you needed a suntan, you will definitely get it at that game
Oh yeah,
because the bleachers were metal,
yeah.
so you'd actually be sitting in with like the foil.
Wonder
on
why
foil.
that the student body is usually standing.
Yeah, it's a good.
There's certainly a reason for that. All right, we're at the bottom of the hour. We'll take our bottom of the hour break. Come back. We're going to again be discussing Southern Nevada sports news here at Vegas, allnetradio.com. Welcome to the Pride. We are back. Round 3. Southern Nevada Sports News on Vegas, allnetradio.com. My name is Bill Miller, co-host along with
Jeff Belknap.
And we have 2 new in-studio guests. First of all, we've got to my immediate left is Coach James of the Las Vegas Punishers basketball program. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. And we also have Keith Owens of Athletic Gains Fitness Center. How you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much, gents, for both joining us and coming in on Southern Nevada Sports News. We really appreciate it.
Thank you
That's
for
all
having
right,
us.
man. This is good. Don't worry. Yeah, crazier things will happen here, believe me. Hey, so guys, listen, we're going to start immediately with you, Coach. The Las Vegas Punishers. Tell us about the program.
The Las Vegas Punishers is basically an elite travel team. Just trying to put kids in a position to be seen and get them off to college.
Okay. All right. And where are you guys currently playing out of?
Athletic Gains.
Okay. Yeah, you play out of Athletic Gains. And where's that facility located?
7770 Dean Martin, right off of Blue Diamond.
So it's actually facing the freeway, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm picturing where it is.
Yep.
I know I've seen it before.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're going to have to tell us a bit more, Coach, about the program.
Yep.
Ooh.
What's the age
We
group?
know it's an elite traveling program.
Yep.
All right.
Yes. Right now we deal with high school kids right now from 9th grade to 12th grade.
Okay.
Pretty much elite basketball.
I get it. So this is a high octane, program.
Yes.
Okay. And so for a young man to play with the Las Vegas Punishers now, does that mean he's enrolled in another school program, or is he enrolled in a separate school program?
Definitely has to be enrolled in school. Grades have to be good.
Okay.
Good.
And, well, we always like to hear that.
Yes.
And that says a lot. So this is actually a program that they're looking to fine tune their game.
Yes,
I mean,
most
they're not
definitely.
joking about it. This isn't PE. This isn't hey, listen, I don't have anything going on, so I think I'll just head down here and do this for a while.
Definitely. No, you have to be 100% dedicated and serious.
All right.
No joking around. You have to take it serious just like any other business.
Okay. Well, one thing we always want to do is provide you the opportunity to know how people can reach you if they're interested in the program. So we're going to ask you this a few times throughout the segment. So how can folks, first of all, get in touch with you if they're interested in, upping their game?
Well, first, like I said, we're based out of Athletic Gains, located 770 South Dean Martin Drive, address Las Vegas, Nevada 89139. Feel free to call us at 702-900-0135. You can catch us by email as well, Punishers B-Ball, at athleticgains.com.
Okay.
And then the way that I found you guys.
Oh, definitely.
Which is on Facebook, yeah.
Yes, yes, most definitely. Las Vegas Punishers fan page. Please go out there and hit the like button.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is we're always looking for the youth in programs. We're friends of Finley Prep. We know Brett Price really well.
Good
and
guy.
we've been to the games, and we go. I shoot pictures, so I post them up on our website. So I'm really big in just trying to figure out where these kids can go. Bill and I are had a semi-pro team, rolling into the 2015. We were looking for a gap that needed to be filled, which is basically the guys when they're getting out of high school. We're seeing a lot of athletes kind of just fall through the cracks. So I appreciate the fact of what you guys are doing.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, and what your focus is, and what is it? How is it that the community can help you guys? Besides the fact of bringing athletes, what are other ways that they can help your programs?
To be honest, I really think the first step is to bring your kids and family to the facility. We have a state-of-the-art facility. No other facility like this is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Pretty much, Keith, he has all the information on that.
Yes, we have a 17,000 square foot facility. We have trainers that have played sports at all different types of levels. My guy Travell Gaines, who the building is named after, is the elite training coach for I think we've had 39 first round picks since 2009, including Andrew Luck, Antonio Brown, LaShawn McCoy.
If you heard of those guys.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Yeah. And currently we did the strength and conditioning for the Golden State Warriors. Coach Kerr was actually in today getting treatment.
Nice.
And
Golden State who? No, I'm just kidding.
and actually we're doing the strength and conditioning also right now for Jimmy Butler, who's having a crazy season.
Nice.
So the facility is beautiful, it's state of the art, and we really pride ourselves on educating and training the kids and showing them the things that the pros do in order for them to one day hopefully obtain those goals.
Nice. Well, the first time I heard of your program at all, a friend of mine from San Antonio was in town, Michael Panoin, and he called me and said, "Hey Jeff, I need some equipment." Because I have some football equipment. He had a bunch of guys that travel without their equipment, so I hooked him up. And he told me, he's like, "Oh, I'm leaving the Athletic Gains right now." And I was thinking, what is this? I don't even ever heard of this place, So he kind of filled me in about it. And then the other day I was just driving past, and I didn't really actually know that's where you guys played, the Punishers played. But I'm definitely going to come by. I definitely love to tour your facility.
Anytime.
Our show, Southern Nevada Sports News, is always looking for partners, that we can bring in, just kind of showcase. And, this is a perfect fit for us. We focus on youth up to professional. So we get professionals in here, from time to time. But the most of the people we're trying to give the platform are the youth, the guys that you'll never see anywhere else. Unfortunately, the way the media is set in Las Vegas, they're given, what they think people want to hear.
Correct.
Where we want to give the people that are, that have an opportunity to maybe go somewhere, we want to give them the look.
Definitely, and that's kind of like the whole motto behind the Las Vegas Punishers brand as well. We like to put the kids in a position. There's a lot of other organizations that kind of use the kids as financial gains, per se,
Sure.
instead of putting them in a position and getting them to college.
Right.
So that's what we.
So do you
pride
have
ourselves on.
youth programs also?
Yes, we have AG Elite, which is a youth group. We actually have Coach Rocky in here with us right now, and Coach James's group. So we use the youth group pretty much as a feeder program to the Punishers.
So that starts at what age?
Of
6 years old.
6 years old. So you basically bring them in with no skill set whatsoever.
No skill.
Nice.
No skill at all.
Right. and then guaranteeing to put them in the NBA.
Oh, we can't guarantee. We can get you as
I'm
close
kidding,
as
man, I'm
possible, but no guarantees.
You got a great shot, though.
Hey, but this is the thing. We know, because we're around sports, we know that it's the dedication.
Yes.
And it's also to be around the people that are actually going to get the best out of the athlete.
Correct.
So the having the right coaches in place, having the right people there to kind of build everybody up, that's what needs to happen. And you were talking about the grades. I mean, what else do you guys do to mentor these kids?
I mean, my background is pretty much grassroots. I've been around a ton of NBA guys in which I got a chance to help them with their development when they were in their early stages. So, I mean, I find everything important. I mean, kids need to know the importance of clearinghouse, social media. I mean, a lot of athletes don't have the opportunity to go on job interviews or anything like that, so they don't really understand the culture of interviewing for jobs or
Right.
things of that sort. But, good credit, bad credit, why it's important, financial literacy. They get an opportunity to learn a bunch of different things. I watch a lot of these things derail a lot of athletes because they don't have anybody stressing
Right.
that these are basically the things you need to survive in life when basketball is no longer there or while it's there.
Right.
Which is why you see everybody running amok when they get to the NBA and buy 8 cars with their first check
Yeah,
or something like
How much
that.
money did Allen Iverson go through?
156 million, and that was just his Sixers salary. That wasn't Reebok or Gatorade or anybody else.
I watched it.
It's got to be tough to watch. And then there's smart guys like Marshawn Lynch, saved $50 million worth of his contract.
Yeah.
And Bill and I also, we stressed our guys even that we realized that this time that you're playing ball, in your case it's basketball, in our case it's football, is a very short time. So we've always stressed the development afterwards. Like, how can we create an atmosphere that makes you a better man when you stop playing?
Yes.
Right.
So, I mean, the fact that you guys are doing that and you're reaching out and just kind of giving them the tangibles is probably the most important part of it. The athletic side is great and everything, but
Absolutely, and really, I'm so glad to hear that, and that it's not just stressing the fact that you can run a 4.2 40 or jump out of the gym, and that this is information that hopefully that there's a lot more of that being shared around the country. Problem is, I just don't believe it is.
right.
No, it's definitely not.
And I can't be more grateful at the fact that you two are actually putting that time in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. How did you start the Punishers?
Well, long story. I actually was kind of forced by the parents. I was training, had a group of kids that I trained every summer, and it was consistent. And they're like, "Hey, why don't you put our kids in some tournaments?" And so I went ahead and funded it myself to put them in a position to succeed. And basically, out of the 6 seniors I had, I got 4 of them to college.
Perfect.
Wow. Now that's a pretty strong ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and I know that that's a good feeling.
Oh, most definitely,
Yeah.
especially when I paid for it.
Well, we had a
Well, Jeff and I can sympathize
Oh, yeah.
with you there. That's for sure.
we had a gentleman this year that I shoot the video for our team,
Mm-hmm.
and he used that video, sent it off, and actually picked up scholarship.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the fulfilling part that I got to know that, like, I was up there putting my time and efforts in to make sure that these games are all filmed, and this guy was able to pick up a scholarship, and basically get some schooling out of playing some football is awesome. So
Beautiful
I
feeling.
take my hat off to you, man.
Thank you.
That's a good.
Well
very
done.
good.
Thank you.
And again, how can folks get in touch with you?
We're located at Athletic Gains, once again, 770 South Dean Martin Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89130. You can call us directly at 702-900-0135. You can also call me directly, Coach James, at 702-768-4286. And I stress that everybody who's an athlete, please come down and take a look at the facility. We offer so much more than just strength and conditioning and sports. It's a lifestyle. I mean, we have physical therapy there, massage therapy,
Nice.
everything all under one roof. Full court, Vertimax, power plate,
Concussion screening.
concussion screening, definitely.
Great.
Excellent. We're real glad to hear that.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, thank you very much again for taking time out of your schedule to come down here. Really
you.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, thank you very much. And again, I'd like to thank Coach James of the Las Vegas Punishers and Keith Owens of Athletic Gains. Come back. It'll be the knockout round for this week's edition of Southern Nevada Sports News on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Welcome to the Pride. All right, we are back for the fourth round, the knockout round, the express round on Southern Nevada Sports News on VegasAllNetRadio.com. My name is Bill Miller. Jeff is somewhere in the building, but we have a new body in, and that would be none other than Darren Tollison, another rider with Southwestern Bikes. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. You're also a buddy of Hunter here. Yeah?
Yeah.
And by the way, also you obviously see Damon Burton is back in the studio with us. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Again, appreciate it. Well, listen, wanted to give you guys a chance to bring everybody up to speed as far as the BMX program, that at least, with your sponsor, Southwest Bikes. Darren,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
I don't know where to start, really.
Okay, how long you been riding, young man?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you are 16?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, because I know that you in the green room, you were going on about how I guess you're going to you're
I hope
ready
so.
to party for number 17.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You heard it here, folks. We're not advocating anything here for minors, but the young man clearly has a plan for his 17th birthday. And so, you've been about 3 weeks with Southwest Bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how do you like working with these guys?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just awesome. I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely from just starting. I never saw myself doing this because I used to be a skater. But no-
Okay. But, so you were kind of similar path.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, you get to pretty much use the same facilities.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is also a plus.
Oh, a little scarier on the bike. It's more heavy for me. I'm short, so
So what made you cross over to biking?
Hunter.
BMX. Oh.
I usually took his bike around school, and then I was like, oh, I gotta get one now. So I made my dad buy me one.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Glad you didn't expand on, well, I had to get one. And
Well, I had it.
He treated my bike like it was
bam,
his
there it
baby.
was.
I treated his bike like it was mine.
Oh, okay.
It
Now I
was
got
his
my own.
baby.
It was his baby.
It was his baby.
All right. well, cool. Very cool. And are you also going to Palo Verde?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, the Palo Verde Panthers here in the house, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it's a nice school, beautiful location.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And, we've, Jeff and I, we certainly know a football coach over there, Darwin Rost, going back to the Vegas Kings days. And, so we know that he's uber competitive, that's to say the least.
Not hoping any teachers are listening. There are also really nice spots in there.
Don't get us in trouble.
Okay.
Don't get us in trouble.
All right. So, what are your immediate plans? We know Hunter's immediate plans coming up. But what are yours?
I really don't know.
right.
Really.
All right,
I hope I want to keep going on.
Well, good. Are we going to be able to get some video on you as well?
I have some videos already.
All right, that's what I'm talking
When
about.
at Boulder City, oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
I got so scared, and I was like, then Hunter's mom kind of forced me to do it.
Now, are you also a street biker?
Mm.
Okay.
I wanted to try everything.
Yeah.
I already talked to Hunter about doing dirt.
So are you going to, to try and make that transition to mountain?
I'm going to get used of what I'm doing right now, and then I'm going to go do that.
Okay. Well, needless to say, it's as I mentioned to you, everybody, as far as the audience is concerned, the Southern Nevada Sports News, the emphasis is on amateur sports, and BMX is about as pure as you can get. And hats off to the folks at Southwest Bikes for making it happen for you and other young men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a large team involved with Southwest Bikes?
It's actually it's a really new and experimental team, and so I don't think it's as large as you would think it is, but we definitely want to expand and grow, and we love having and seeing new riders grow just as much as we do.
All right. Well, we've only got a short time left. Any shout-outs from you guys?
Actually, yeah. Shout out to Southwest Bikes. I know we've been talking about them a lot. They're on the corner of Azure and Tenaya. Go down, check them out. They got great bikes, great mechanics, just an all-around great environment to be in.
Okay. All right. Darren?
Southwest, yeah. My family, my crew, pretty much.
Okay.
Everyone that helped me with what I wanted to do.
All right. Damon?
Nah, I don't have any.
Oh, come on. Hunter, is there anybody else you'd like to maybe send a shout out to?
It's more of like a general thing. Shout out to all the riders that have pushed each other and have been there for each other in general.
Make sure you get the girlfriend. Make sure you get your support system. Can't leave her out.
Said it other than me.
Can't leave her out.
All right. Well, listen, guys, thank you very much again for coming in and joining us. Darren Tollison.
Yes.
Also a rider with Southwest Bikes.
Yes, I am.
Hunter Clark, rider with Southwest Bikes. And, of course, Damon Burton, contributor to Southwest Sport. I got Southwest. Southern Nevada Sports News. Join us next Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Welcome to the Pride and have a great week.